What's up fam, my name is Macro and today I'm going to be showing you how to make Oddprophet style of bass stabs and growls.
Pull up, pull up.
So for the track today, we're going to be going over his track called Phantasm off of his Optical Illusions EP. And to break down his style and how he uses and does his Serum patches, we're going to be using his new Serum pack. And by downloading his pack, I was able to see how he structures out his Serum packs. I kind of like dissected it, and it's really interesting to see his techniques and how he uses delay, phaser, and like flanger types of filters and stuff instead of combs and reverb. So here's the project, and this is what it sounds like within the project. Be warned, it might be a little loud.
Pull up, pull up.
But yeah, you get it, right? This is the pattern right here for Phantasm. But the thing is, like, I'm not going to be like just going through his patches. I think that kind of sucks. I would want you guys to go download them for yourself. If you're watching, Tobias, yeah, here's a little plug so that way they can go download your pack, because yeah, it's a really sick pack. But I'll show you real quick what it looks like inside of the patch. So here's the main one right here, and it looks like this. It's called Bass Disgust. But look, he's just using a low pass filter right there, standard kind of LFO, but also he's using like custom and different wavetables, so like you can always make your own too if you want. But what's interesting is that he's using different LFOs to control different parts of it. But you can see here he's using just distortion, good delay right there, dimension expander to give it a lot of like width and make it really wide. See, and then we've got the flange filter, so it adds like an extra bit to it, which is really cool. But this EQ is what's making most of the sound. That's what's giving it like vowel-y texture. And then he's doing a lot of things with the master tuning. Like he's bringing it up a lot with this LFO. So for this tutorial, I'm actually not going to be putting those up as free downloads. Instead, I made my own version of it using the same techniques. So this one is actually going to be the one that is going to be for you guys to download for free. So that's my example right there. It looks like this. Sorry, let me turn off the other ones. See, so it's kind of similar, but I mean, it's gonna sound a little bit different. It's not the same exact wavetables and stuff, but same techniques. So this is what you guys can use in your own patches as well. So let's dissect it. So before we dissect it, I know I gotta move this over here so you can see my face right here on the left side, but I'm gonna turn off the EQ and the saturator too. Saturator is just giving it a bit more volume, and then I'll turn these guys off as well. But remember that you guys can download this for free. I put the download link in the description. For this download, I think the only thing I'm gonna put on there and ask is if you guys follow me on SoundCloud. By following me on SoundCloud, that's gonna help a lot, because I haven't been putting out a lot of videos because I've been working on my own music. So I'm gonna be releasing a lot of music pretty soon. I also want to be able to help you guys, so go ahead and click that download link below so you can get this patch. So in honor of Oddprophet, we're using this wavetable called Odd Pass. It's in the spectral wavetables, Odd Pass right there. And I brought it down -3, put it pretty low. And also for the MIDI, it's in F0. But of course, we got to go through it to make sure it gets placed back on. So we've just got Odd Pass. LFO1's doing most of the movement. See it here in the wavetable, the FM, and in the level. And this is very low, so if you can't hear it, put on headphones or play it on speakers. So I've got a noise channel on here also. Usually I like to use the pink noise. It goes really well. I mean, you could use white noise or bright noise as well, but I usually use pink. And then we'll put on the second oscillator. This is what's doing the FM. But with this one, it's just the init wavetable. I put it -1 in octave, plus up 7 semitones. So that's how it sounds so far. But one important thing is the other LFOs. So LFO 3, this is giving like some movement to the wavetable that we're FMing from, and this is controlling the octave. So it's changing the pitch of. I think my mic level's too low. I'm gonna bring it up, see if it's better. Maybe that's better for you guys to hear me. Sorry. But we have this messing with the octave. So if you go over to the matrix, you can see where LFO 3's messing with it. It's going up 15 points, I guess, and it's not going left to right. It's just going to the right. I don't know if it's bipolar or unipolar. So that's gonna just be affecting like the pitch. And then LFO 4, that's only going to the master tuning. So you just come over here to global master tuning, and that's going to change the tune of the entire patch, and that's going all the way up to 46. See, when you have it on the 2 arrows left and right, it's not really shooting it up because it's going back and forth. This one needs to go like straight up. So once you hear that, you know it's affecting it correctly. And then LFO 3, it's going to affect some of the other effects over here. But after that, put on this filter. It's just the low pass filter set over here with the cutoff in the middle, resonance a little high, drive up really high, and then the fat knob just turned up a bit. So it's going to give it more of that like flap zappy movement. And that's coming from LFO 1 going to the cutoff, and LFO 3 is also giving it just a little bit more of a push. Now to the effects, we've got tube distortion. I noticed a lot of the times in the patches that are in his pack, he uses a lot of tube distortion, and he'll bring the drive up really high, and then he'll bring the mix down, probably like to taste, so it sounds good. Then we got the flange filter. So it'll be this guy right here. He also uses, I think it's the phase, not the phase. It was one of these combs here, and I think one of these phase ones as well. He doesn't really use a lot of reverb or combs ones. Maybe on his fog horns, which I haven't been able to do yet, but I'm thinking that's how he does it. So LFO 1 is messing with a lot of it. And then we've got LFO 3 messing a little bit with the cutoff. And he's got delay. So with the delay, I just macroed it to the mix, and this is to add your own delay up to taste. To make it a little bit more metallic if you want to use this patch. But in his delays, he does a lot of macro manipulation, and then he also does a lot of LFO manipulation on his delays. He doesn't really use the BPM portion a lot. I see him just using link with just the numbered points as opposed to like the fractional dividends. And then he's got a hyper dimension. And this is what's making it like really wide. Usually brings it up to 7, rate detune all the way up, and then he plays around with the mix to taste, size all the way down on dimension, and then mix is usually like 50 from what I've seen. And he's got multiband, so it's bringing up a little bit more clarity. To me, it's still a little fuzzy. Yeah, Like I would probably want to tweak this more, but I also want to get this video out to you guys and at least let you know the different like ways he stacks his effects. And then this EQ is what is really giving it its like vowel sound. So it's just following with what the main LFO is doing for movement. So it's like cutting the lows, and it's, you know, right in between each other. Yeah, like that. And then reverb. Let's see what else. So we go to the global. I brought the width all the way down and range just up to 2. So that's making it very mono, I believe. And the hyper dimension is helping add the stereo to it. That's what I think is doing it. From what I've heard from other videos and learning stuff, I think that's what's going on. I'm not a Serum master, okay? I don't know everything. I don't know how it all works. But when you start manipulating the LFO, you can get cool little variations, like this. And you can change the rate. Whoops. I mean, it's pretty cool. That'd be a cool like tear out bass, but I think I had it like right here. Yeah, I think that's what it was. But another thing you can do is mess with the sync knob. Usually I bring it up at like 3%, 5%, 7 or 9%. Just so that way they fit harmonically. I got 5. See, so now you can make cool like bass one shots. And bring this back. And then after that, I just put EQ8, cut out the lows, some harshness, saturator for volume. So I'll play it with that as opposed to like the patch for the drop. I also use this other patch that he had. I just messed around with the same patch as before. This one sounds like this. So it's kind of like a zap, and it adds as a layer to the sound. So this is it with my version. Yeah, so that's with my patch. There was this middle point in between. That's another one of his patches. Sounds like this. So all I did was bounce that patch out to audio, which is this guy right. And then this is what it sounds like in the reverse. And to do that, when I opened up his patch, all I did was, because this is the new update of Serum, I think it's 1.3. You can go up here to the top left and you can drag it out as audio. Boom. There's the patch right there in audio. Easy. Perfect. I love that on this update of Serum. Oh yeah, and also with the update you can use LFOs to mess with your LFO, which is another cool thing. But I just used it as a reverse, switched it in audio, which is this button right here, reverse. You just click that and then you just cut it to taste. And then other than that, I'm using his spicy kick and clap. Sounds like this. Yeah, but he's got, this is from his pack too, and they're really nice. They fucking smack, dude. For the sub, honestly, I could go through the sub in another video. This is kind of like the same sub that Mastodon and all like the big guys use. They don't use a regular sine wave. They use a different kind where they're messing with like it pitching, going up and down, and it being really punchy right at the beginning to give it more of like a smack. You can see how it smacks at the beginning. This is also from his pack too, but I can show you guys how to do that with a smooth, I think it's called smooth square wavetable that you can put into Serum. But yeah, I'll have to show you guys that in another video. So if you guys want to learn that, leave a comment down below and we'll get to it in the next video. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you guys ended up learning something today and you want to see more from me in future videos, make sure that you leave a like on the video. It helps out the channel a lot. And also subscribe if you're new. Click the notification bell so that way you can find out when I put up new videos right away. Also, shout out to Oddprophet. He's the man. If you want to go grab his pack, go onto his website. I'll link that down below so that way you can go get it. Shameless plug for Tobias. He also mentored me in one-on-one classes, so if you want to, you can always hit him up. I think he's still doing them, so it's quarantine time with the virus and everything. So yeah, hit him up. Cool dude, and you'll learn a lot from him. But thank you guys so much for watching. I know I've been gone for a while. I'm working on a lot of my own music. I'm also moving, so there's a lot going on right now. But thank you guys for subscribing. The love I get from you guys is amazing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.